Transmute urges into strength. Talk about semen attention, your life force energy. It's so powerful that it can create another human being. A drop of semen is 20 ounces of blood. A drop of semen is like running 20 miles. That's how powerful it is. This will make you a powerful masculine man. It makes you a gladiator, a warrior, a beast, invincible force of nature. That is the power of your life force energy. So I'm talking about this video right now, but a lot of men, they struggle, they don't know what to do with their urges. The urges, you tend to go and scroll on social media. Social media, what you call it, you are sleeping with women for no reason. You're watching porn. All these things, all bad habits. With your urges, you are drinking, you're smoking. You're talking rubbish. That's what you do with your urges. But those urges, if you want to transmute it into power, you need to do completely different. You need to do complete opposite. And that you need to move like a king. You need to move like a gladiator. When people go to war, their urges is high, but they transmute that energy into urges. All the successful people that I can think of in history, scientists, inventors, they all use the power of transmutation, like Nikola Tesla, Muhammad Ali, Mayweather. The list goes on. So you understand the power of you understand the power of your semen. So now you need to transmute that any those urges, that frustration, that anger, that disappointment, the bitter taste in the mouth. Get that energy and then transmute it to become the highest version of yourself on a mental, physical, and spiritual plane. So mentally, you can get that energy and read books, learn a skill, play chess, and get exercise the brain. Now come to the physical. And physically, you can transmute that energy by, boxing, bodyweight training, running a marathon. You can transmute that energy so you can become fit and strong as possible. Spiritually, now again spiritually, you get that energy and get closer to God as possible through prayer, breathwork, meditation, visualization. Move on to finances. You can get that energy and start a business. Invest your money. So there's so many outlets to transmute that energy to become the highest version of yourself. So if you're not becoming the higher version of yourself, then you only got yourself to blame. You gotta take full responsibility, accountability. To become the best version of yourself. It's all down to you. Because God gave you free will. And through your free will, you're able to choose the quality of life you want to live. Whether you are aware of it or not. Every decision I make creates your reality. So you get that energy. From my experience for a long time on semen retention, I get those urges and translate in all those different outlets to become my highest ideal self. Feel successful, happy, accomplished. That is the power of your urges. That's to be you being your godlike self. You're using your big head, not your little head. Your little head doesn't give a F about you. I've gone through this stage many times. My little head doesn't give a F about me. My evidence was all my lower desires all wants to be, watching porn, women, party. That's what your lower desire wants. But that's not what's best for you. What's best for you is what gives you resistance. That high resistance through all those different outlets, especially the physical outlet. Let that energy out, transfer that energy. And what you're getting reward for that is a purified mind, body, and soul. And that translates, that resonates with all the other areas of your life. That's how powerful you are as a human being, as a man, as a real powerful masculine man. That's want to pass this message on to you. So use your urges consciously. Do the things that benefit your life, that bring value to your life. They keep sculpting your identity, become a greater and greater version of yourself. But if you don't do that, you're going to suffer. You're not going to amount to anything. But I realized, talking to a lot of men, there's all concerns about women, partying, good time, that's it. And many years later, they're still exactly in the same position. They come and ask me, oh, bro, what's the best exercise to build muscle? Or what I need to do to get rid of belly fat? That's the stupid questions they're going to be asking you and me, because they don't know better. All the energy they use it to waste their energy. They're basically of no value. That is not a real powerful masculine man. That's not being a king. That is more peasantry. But parliamentary procedure, that is when you use your urges into power, into wealth, into abundance, into prosperity. Yes. As you can see in my body right now, this is wealth, abundance, prosperity. This is blood, sweat, and tears. This is called never giving up. This is called self-discipline, perseverance, persistence, mindset. This is called great burning desire. That is how I transmutate my urges. The urge is always going to be there. But as men, urges always going to be there. But it comes down to what you're going to do with the energy. That's entirely your call. So I'll pass the image on to you. I hope you understand me, overstand me, to use your urges and turn it into power and not weakness. So if you got any questions, comment down below. Make the algorithm by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Share with your friends and family, so they can turn their urges into power and become the greatest version of themselves. That's all I want from this video. Peace of and blessings. It's TK the Great. I'm out.